Welcome to Daily News in AI Agents, the place to get a quick roundup of the most exciting developments in AI agents every day. Subscribe to our LinkedIn newsletter today in the link below to stay activated.
All right, let's dive in. A ton of AI news this time around. Articles, research papers, even YouTube videos. Looks like you've been busy in the AI trenches.
Yeah, it's been crazy. AI is absolutely everywhere these days.
And we need to figure out what it all means.
Exactly.
We've got some really technical stuff and then some that's more business focused. So today we're on a mission to figure out the big trends and what they mean for everyone.
The biggest one that jumps out to me is how AI is moving beyond the cloud.
Okay, what does that even mean, AI on the edge?
So traditionally, AI has needed these massive data centers, right? But now, companies like NVIDIA are building hardware that can run AI locally, like on your laptop or even a robot.
No cloud needed.
Right. Their Project Digits is basically a $3,000 AI supercomputer for your desk.
A supercomputer on my desk. That's wild. What could you even do with that?
So much. Developers, researchers, they can train their own models, build AI apps, even work on robots, all without needing a huge data center.
So it's all about access.
Yeah, democratizing AI, letting anyone create.
Makes you wonder what's next, right? Like super personalized AI on our devices.
Totally. AI that knows your habits helps you in ways we haven't even thought of yet.
But NVIDIA isn't just focused on desktops. They're also working on AI for humanoid robots.
Exactly. Jetson Thor is their new computer, and it's specifically for robots.
Okay, so we're talking robots that move like us, talk.
That's the goal. With AI built right in, they can learn, adapt in real time, no human needed.
That's some serious sci-fi stuff. What would these AI robots actually do?
Oh man, so many things. Dangerous jobs, helping older people, even chores around the house.
Sounds like NVIDIA's all in on a future where AI is everywhere, not just in the cloud.
Definitely. And that brings us to something else big. The competition in the AI chip market.
Oh yeah, the AI chip wars.
Everyone wants a piece of that pie.
So it's like a race for the best AI chips.
Kind of, but it's also about specialized chips. Ones for specific AI tasks like language processing or robotics.
Is this good for us or bad? What does it mean for everyday people?
Overall, I'd say it's a good thing. More competition usually means faster progress and lower prices, which helps everyone.
So cheaper, better AI, and more ways to use it.
Exactly. Now, of course, we got to talk about the ethical side of all of this.
Because powerful tech always comes with questions, right? And one thing that jumped out in our sources was the whole AI training data debate.
Yeah, huge topic right now. Where does AI get its data? How is it used?
Especially with those accusations against Meta using pirated books to train their models. That raises some flags about intellectual property, how AI could hurt creators.
It definitely highlights the tension between AI's need for massive data and the rights of authors, artists, anyone creating original work.
Feels like the rules are still catching up to how fast AI is moving.
Yeah, for sure. Making sure AI is ethical, that it's used responsibly, that's a constant challenge.
And this is just the beginning. We still need to talk about jobs, AI agents, even AI's potential in healthcare.
There's so much to cover, it's amazing. A complex landscape, for sure.
All right, so let's take a quick pause here, grab a drink, and then we'll jump back into all of this.
That's good.
We'll be right back.
Right back.
Okay, so before the break, we were getting into some of the ethical stuff around AI, especially that training data. But I want to shift gears a bit. Let's talk about how AI is changing the way we work.
Yeah, that's a big one. AI and jobs. It's causing a lot of anxiety, I think.
For sure, the whole robots taking over thing.
Right, but it's more complex than that. It's not just robots replacing humans.
So it's not that simple.
No, it's really about how AI is changing work itself, creating new jobs, even as it automates others.
Okay, give me an example. How is AI actually making human work better instead of just taking it over?
Well, look at scientific research. AI agents can automate tasks like reviewing tons of papers, analyzing data, even designing experiments.
So it's like a super smart research assistant.
Exactly. And that frees up human scientists to do what AI can't do. The creative stuff, problem solving, the big picture thinking.
One of the articles you sent mentioned the World Economic Forum, the WEF. They're saying AI will create more jobs than it eliminates.
They are. They predict millions of new jobs. AI development, data science, even AI ethics.
So it's about adapting, learning those skills for the new AI world.
Absolutely. We need to work with AI, not against it. And that's where lifelong learning is crucial.
Speaking of new jobs, you mentioned AI ethics. What does that even mean?
It's a whole field that's growing rapidly. AI is getting so powerful that we need people to think about the ethical side to make sure it's used responsibly.
So like the guardians of AI, making sure it doesn't go bad.
Kind of. They think about bias in algorithms, privacy issues, how AI impacts society as a whole.
That makes me think of what we were talking about earlier, AI moving to the edge. If we've got powerful AI on all our devices, how do we make sure it's ethical there?
That's a great point, and it's something researchers are working on. Building AI that's transparent, explainable, so we can see how it's making decisions, make sure it aligns with our values.
So we can trust it.
Exactly. That's key. But going back to jobs, there's another trend we got to talk about. AI agents.
Oh, yeah, I keep hearing about those.
They're software programs that can act on their own, learn from experience, get stuff done without humans constantly telling them what to do.
Like super-powered virtual assistants.
Kind of, but way more advanced.
Yeah.
There are these projects, Agent Forge and Agent Laboratory. They're building platforms for creating these incredibly complex AI agents. And here's the kicker. Some experts think AI agents could become the main users of software.
Hold on, you're saying AI will use apps instead of us?
That's what some people think. It's still early, but it's a pretty wild idea to think about.
Mind blown. But what does that even mean for people, like practically speaking?
Well, imagine AI agents handling your calendar, finances, dealing with companies and government stuff, negotiating deals for you, booking travel, even doing your taxes, all automatically.
That would be amazing. No more customer service calls. But wouldn't that be a privacy nightmare, giving AI access to all our data?
Totally a valid concern. That's why there's a big focus on giving users control over what data their AI agent can see and how it's used.
So transparency is key.
Definitely. Empowering people to make their own choices about how they use AI.
Okay, we've covered AI and jobs, ethical stuff, those crazy agents. But we need to talk about the hardware behind all this, right?
You got it. Powerful, efficient AI chips. That's what makes all these advancements possible.
And we were talking about the AI chip wars earlier. Sounds like a lot of companies want in on the action.
The stakes are high because whoever controls the hardware kind of controls the future of AI,
So the company with the best chips, they get to build the future of AI.
That's the idea. And that's why you see this huge competition between NVIDIA, AMD, Google, Amazon.
Is this going to turn into an AI monopoly, though? Like a handful of companies calling all the shots?
It's something to watch out for. But the good news is there's still a strong open source movement in AI. Plenty of innovation happening outside the big corporations.
That's reassuring. I think a lot of people worry that AI will be this exclusive thing only for the rich and powerful.
Exactly. And that's why we need to push for accessibility, inclusivity in AI. The benefits should be for everyone, not just a select few.
Okay, so we've talked about how AI affects work, ethical stuff, the chip wars, those mind-blowing AI agents. It's a lot to take in. But there's one more big thing. AI training data.
Yes, the data, the fuel that powers all of this. But as AI gets more complex, it needs even more data to learn.
And one thing that really stood out in the research you gave me was this worry that AI companies are actually running out of human data.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying this, even Elon Musk. They say we've used up all the real-world data that's easy to get.
So if AI needs more data, where's it going to come from?
Well, one solution is synthetic data. Basically, AI creates data to train other AI.
Wait, what? AI making data for itself? Isn't that a bit like a snake eating its own tail?
It does sound weird, but the idea is to make huge amounts of data that looks and acts like real-world data to solve the data shortage problem and train even more advanced AI.
But doesn't that create other problems? Like, if AI is trained on fake data, won't it start giving us fake results?
It's a risk, for sure. Researchers are looking into that, how to make sure AI trained on synthetic data doesn't lose touch with reality.
This is getting really complicated.
It is. The whole thing with AI training data, it's a huge area of research, and we'll definitely be hearing more about it.
All right, so we've explored a ton today. AI and jobs, ethics, the hardware, data issues. But I want to bring it back to the listeners. What's the one big takeaway from all this?
The big takeaway is that AI isn't some sci-fi thing anymore. It's here, it's powerful, it's changing the world now, and we all have to decide how we deal with it.
We can't just ignore it.
Nope. We can sit back and watch it happen, or we can be active participants. And that means staying informed, being willing to learn, and really thinking about the ethical side of it all.
Taking charge of our AI future, not just letting it happen to us.
Exactly. The future of AI isn't written yet. We're all writing it together.
That's a great way to put it. And that wraps up this part of our deep dive. Wow, before the break, we were talking about AI agents and synthetic data. It's crazy to think how fast this tech is moving.
It really is a transformative time. But with all the excitement, it's easy to forget that AI has a dark side too.
Yeah, right? It's not all sunshine and roses. I mean, some of the things we read about, job losses, biased algorithms, even AI being used for bad stuff.
Those are real concerns, and they're happening now, not just in the future.
Like what? How's AI being used in ways that could actually hurt people?
Well, think about AI in surveillance. Facial recognition is getting really good, and governments are using it everywhere. It can help stop crime, sure, but
But it can also be used to track people, even if they haven't done anything wrong.
exactly. That's why we need rules, strong regulations to make sure AI is used ethically.
Which is where AI ethics comes in. It's not just about building the tech, it's about making sure it's used for good.
Totally. AI ethicists, they're the ones asking the tough questions, helping us navigate this stuff.
So for people listening, this all might feel overwhelming. AI is changing everything, but what can we actually do about it?
First, stay informed. This field is constantly evolving, so keep reading, listening to podcasts like this one.
Okay, what else?
Don't be afraid to get hands-on. There are free courses online. You can learn the basics of AI, even if you're not a tech person. Play with AI tools. Try coding a little. Even just use some AI apps on your phone. The more you understand how it works, the better prepared you'll be.
Become a part of it, not just a spectator.
Right. And don't forget about the ethical side. As we use AI more and more, we need to think about its impact on society, push for responsible development.
So challenge assumptions, ask questions, speak up if something seems wrong.
Exactly. The future of AI isn't set in stone. We're all building it together.
Okay, I like that. We've talked about so much today, the impact on jobs, the ethics, the technology itself. It's been a wild ride.
It really has. And all these things are connected. They're all shaping the future.
You said earlier that AI is transformative, and it really feels like we're at a turning point. What we do now matters.
It does. The choices we make about AI today will have huge consequences. We have a responsibility to make sure it's used for good, that it benefits everyone.
Powerful stuff. Well, on that note, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive. Thanks for joining me. It's been fascinating.
It's been my pleasure. And to everyone listening, remember, the future is in our hands. Let's use AI to build a better world for all of us.